This is round number 2, guys.
Udah mulai
I'm
bangke
really
banget.
sorry again on behalf of our
Game
side,
kedua.
but we are
Anjing.
now going into
7
round
menit.
number 2.
Lihat 7 menit.
Hoshi, Indonesia
Anjing
versus
7 menit,
Fnatic
Cok.
Onyx, Philippines.
Ooh, and it
7
looks like
menit.
we've already missed a good chunk of the
Lihat
action.
udah 7
Actually, we
menit.
are nearly
Anjing
8
7 menit.
minutes into the game. The
Bangke,
kill score
bangke.
currently 8 to
Apaan, Cok?
6 in favor of Fnatic Onyx, but the goal score actually
Udah 7
not too
menit.
far apart. Looks like the Brody pick was actually for real.
Tiba-tiba udah 7
Keller has
menit.
been doing pretty good so far. 2-1-3 score. And ooh, very close to taking out Edog there too.
Oh, Edog, a little bit too aggression right now, but he had to pull it. But on the other side, we do see Edog trying to insert himself. That's not going to be a good overextension, but Kirk will be immediately be punished by Diri. On the side right now, we do see Keller had to pull away, but King on the side will be shut down by Ujin immediately getting 2 trades right now. And as we see it seems like Ujin is not done. He wants to pull another player of RRQ, but on the side of Fnatic Onyx, unfortunately, Team Fnatic Onyx losing those 2 players in the process of trying to shut down RRQ.
Tiba-tiba udah 7
is
menit
still
aja.
not enough, but covering grounds on the map wise, look at this. We got
Aneh
2 of the
banget.
turrets already been taken out. Team RRQ Hoshi looking better than ever.
Udah mau lord anjing.
I do wish we
Gue
got to see
baru mulai
exactly
rekaman
what are the
bangke.
moments that led up to this
1
situation,
menit.
but looks like RQ Hoshi has been able to reclaim a gold lead, and Sujin getting another lord. While the late game scaling between these two is not as
Region
drastically
Brawl nih,
different compared
bos.
to game number 1 because there isn't something like a Claude to deal with. I do think that RQ still has the slightly better late game because Brody doesn't scale quite as well, and with a Harith and Suyou, you actually have a lot of damage to deal with.
Agree, definitely. I mean, not only that, you got Rins using that Aurora as well. So Team RQ Hoshi, they're going out for the damage itself. Now pushing it straight to Kurt immediately. Durin trying to stop his way with the power of Wilderness, but didn't manage to do so as Kurt managed to pull away. Now the Lord will be marching into the lane to clear out the last second turret in the mid.
So far, RQ looks to be in control of this game. Fnatic Onyx, they do have tools. Valentina and Joy actually do a surprising amount of DPS once they've got a few items under their belt. But Sujin just finished his BOD. So being able to control the fight is very, very crucial. Briscoe going to be the only real form of setup that Fnatic Onyx can play around on that Arlet. But if the timing is incorrect, Rins, who did end up going Aurora in the end after Vexana got banned out, will be able to take over the fight.
Oh, King Kong versus Ujin going in for the slash, but doesn't manage
Ya
to
udah Holy,
get the knocks
Skylar.
that is needed. King Kong still survive it out.
Tiba-tiba udah menit 7 bang.
It does seems in the favor of King Kong though, because Ujin had so much damage, but RQ Hoshi with a really good call out respawn wise, that's the reason why King Kong had to pull away before he's been ganged out. But at the same time right here, another turret to be taken out on the second last tier. So that means it's all out to the last tier of Fnatic on it holding on to their turrets.
Looking at the gold leaderboard right now, Sujin right at the very top with Skylar right behind him as well. King Kong not quite at level 15, so there is an EXP disparity. We can see that the rotations from RQ Hoshi are very, very controlled with this Matilda.
Oh, coming in straight away to try to go in for the power over this, but doesn't manage to take it out. Now Duran had to pull away. So much overextension ended up having him to cause his own half line. But at the same time, right here, Zaman Force will not be able to have anyone to lock on. It's just so that to give them at least a slow down tempo coming into their own movement. But at the same time, right here, Fnatic Onyx trying to find a way if they can actually pick up anyone from RQ Hoshi.
Yeah, looking at the itemization right now, Holy Crystal already completed on Skylar as well. This is where Harith really starts hitting like a truck and continuing to invade the jungle.
Okay, nice banget.
Psycho takes down Super Fritz as well.
Great sabar.
With that hailstorm, but at the same time right here, FNOC had to pull away.
Yeah, things are not looking too good for Fnatic Onyx Philippines right now. Nearly a 5k disparity between them, 12 minutes in. Malefic Roar just completed on Sujin. And while they do have tools to maybe manage the Suyou, they're having to spend a lot of it dealing with just Dyron and Skylar, both of which have kind of get out of free jail cards because of that Matilda. the way that they're able to dance in and out of the team fights, while a little bit different from game number one, is showing some similarities. The controlled rotation, really good micro play. That is how they're coming out on top against Fnatic right now.
Agree, definitely. And taking a look on RQ Hoshi, doing a really good
RQ
ground. They're
Hoshi.
looking over to the side of King Kong. E-Dog is looking for a way, but oh, they pull away instead to go in for that two-way because they are going to actually prioritize on the wave as the Lord is already marching in. And seems like King Kong gets the input. He's going to actually recall back to join into the team fight. Pushing in straight away on the top right now. Hailsong comes through, does get a hit to Kurt's side, but it's not
Oke.
going to be enough. The turret is coming in already. First of the trade from the mid lane is already been taken down. But on the side of Kirk, he's looking for one person to try to tag off. But it seems that Ara Kyoshi will
Kena
deny it.
anjing.
But stun comes through, and it's gonna be super fast to be able to
Triknya.
take down Edok. First of all, overextension will be punished. But at this moment right now, we do see the
Nice
side
banget.
comes through from the side of RQ to be
Masih
able
bisa,
to
masih bisa.
hold down
Aman,
that
aman, aman, aman.
positioning. So much of the resources has been put out, but it's still not enough.
There's very, very heavy pressure on
Dari
Brusco
Brusco,
right now.
anjing.
That final slash is the
Kena
only
dua.
real way that Fnatic can really punish RQ for being out of position. And that was one clear example of it. But they were only able to find two. That's not quite enough yet. They're going to see what more they can take by pushing down mid.
Oh,
Bisa
turret
gimana, Cok?
will be picked up from Ro. He had to pull away straight away, but at the same time, right here, Fnatic Onyx will be able to take down Durin even with the Kara to be
Wih,
pushed
sakit banget,
out. But
sumpah.
at the same time, RQ Hoshi looking
Pedahiran.
a little bit struggling right now, even though they were in the lead in the first place.
Yeah, that is the momentum that Onyx really, really needed. RQ are still fine. They still have a 5k net worth lead. That's just a momentary stopgap in their advancement. But they cannot allow that to happen a second or third time. Briscoe's positioning keys needs to be paid attention to, and they cannot group out right outside the base because that just sets up
Kayak nggak bisa
perfectly for a
dihidupin kayaknya.
flicker final slash.
Midnya.
Are
Okay.
Fnatic gonna use this opportunity to take as many structures as possible and look to regain control over the map so that they can more easily contest the next neutral objective?
Agree, definitely. 30 seconds on the clock. Lord will be spawned out.
Agak
And
ada
it seems that
suaranya
they're
loh.
trying to actually push this
Suara
wave to
gamenya.
the side of Team RQ Hoshi. Let's see if it's gonna be in their favor. Spotted out Kirk in the bushes. They will get the info they required. Not gonna allow any invasion or the movement of Team Fnatic Onyx that easily.
baru
But we
ada,
do
Bang.
see King Kong is already right at the top, and they might actually go in for this fight. Already stacking on the Lord, waiting for the time being.
Briscoe, if he can set up a final slash into King Kong and Kelra, that is the win condition that Onyx is looking for. But it doesn't necessarily have to be a big flashy play like that either. If they can continue picking off individual members of RRQ, maybe forcing out resources early, they can still take control of this game.
Oh, but they picked up, almost able to be taken out a
Flicker
little bit.
kedua.
So overextension coming in from RQ, but still they managed to actually reposition themselves. But right now, Ido try to find a way to take down Prince, but on the other side,
Mati
King Kong
tuh.
a little bit overextension.
Anjing.
Oh, but he managed to pull
Nice.
away. Even that Zaman able to
Mampus.
take down Brusco immediately. Now they're pushing into Kara,
Nice.
takes down Kara immediately by Ujin, and that's gonna be an opening. But Super Prince tried to move away as quickly
Region
as possible,
berawal
but
nih,
will he be
bos.
able to do so? So much damage been put out. Team RQ guys will try to hold it out even
Region
with the shots
berawal
coming
nih,
through by Skull is
bos.
still not gonna be in their favor, but still that's already the enough damage that is needed. But Kurt all by himself tried to clear out the wave coming into the mid lane. Not sure what is going on, but Kurt now will be joining into the team fight. He tried to finish off the mid lane, but this Lord will be able to clear out to give the opportunity for Arakyoshi to march on again into the baseline of Fnatic Onyx.
Kirk definitely doing God's work though. That's basically the only thing
Kagak
that he
dapat.
can try to do there, slow down the middle wave. Because if he didn't manage to do that, it would have collapsed with RQ at the same time when multiple members were already taken out. And that could have actually been the end of game 2. There's no way that Kirk is going to be able to rejoin the fight after all of that. So dealing with wave management and making sure housekeeping is kept up is the best way to maintain the game state. Unfortunately, because Briscoe missed he did land the flicker final slash, but his team wasn't close enough to follow up, and that's the major thing.
Oh, but Ujin is in a very tough
Lah.
situation right here, but he will be able to take down by King Kong. Now, Fnatic Onyx denied immediately two of the players of
Bisa nggak?
RRQ Hoshi as well,
Nggak
taking
bisa
out
sih
Vince as
kalah
well.
orang.
Even with the Lord itself is already marching into Fnatic Onyx, they don't have enough of resources to be put out. So here on out, seems that King Kong will try to actually go in. Nope, he doesn't actually try to go into
Aduh,
because
masih gak
that's
bisa,
not
Cok.
a really good position to fight out with RRQ Hoshi.
Anjing nih
A
suaranya
bit of a
bangke
mistake
kagak
by
ada.
Sujin there. He definitely should have
Suara
left.
gamenya.
If he was counting the timing, he would have known
Apa sih
that skill 2
Esl
of Joy
anjing?
was already back up, and a single hit would have been enough to take him out. And if he's gone, there's no way that Rins can follow up because the Aurora just has a hard time catching that Joy. If I get that they were probably trying to split push the wave and maybe hold King Kong back from rejoining his friends so that maybe the rest of RQ could push in with the Lord and end the game. But because they lost two members there, King Kong was able to get back. Fnatic was able to regroup, and the Lord that RQ had so painstakingly gained for themselves amounted to really no advantage on the map at all. And the longer the game goes, the more control Fnatic is able to take for themselves. This Suyou, while still able to do a lot of DPS in the last few minutes, is pretty squishy once you get to that stage, and Joy actually starts taking over with the amount of anti-CC that she can play around.
Oh, agree, definitely. And this is a
Buset,
crucial point
shieldnya.
coming in from RQ Hoshi. They have to time it right, gotta be careful. And it seems that Brusco is gonna try to find a way to break into the back line of RQ Hoshi, but it's gonna be Kirk, try to initiate it, but they pull away, denying any movement coming in for Fnatic. Super Fins also just overlooking from the distance, but it's gonna be Duran who try to go in for the initiation, but doesn't manage to do it. Even with the Hailstorm, denies any movement coming in from Fnatic. Try to get that info as much as possible, but Team Fnatic Onyx is
kagak ada
all over the
suaranya.
place.
Yeah,
Aduh.
neither team is gonna look to commit right there. Information is the battlefield
Winter
right
kayak orang.
now. As we approach the 20-minute mark, Kirk, his job is just to stand in front, provide scouting, and see where RQ is. Briscoe, despite being on an Arlet, actually wants to stand back so that he can come in at the opportunistic time to get a flicker final slash and put RQ out of position. The best case scenario, if they've already spent resources trying
kita
to
lihat nih
dive
gimana nih warnanya
into
nih.
Fnatic Onyx. That mistake has already happened to them once. I highly doubt it'll happen again. It's gonna really come down to how well Fnatic Onyx can control the map and split apart the members so that they get a false sense of security that maybe they can start a fight.
Oh, agree, definitely. I mean, looking on the side right now, they are great in positioning wise. The RQ not allowing any of the backline comes in, even Fnatic also not giving any of the space to come through. But here on out, we do see Dirin going for initiation again. Everyone comes through. Brusco right on the pick, but doesn't manage to connect the dot as quickly as possible. And Fnatic on it pull away as quickly. And now, Team RQ Hoshi, they want to get this slot immediately done.
They're gonna try and
Masih mau
control the
maju.
Lord Pit right now. Fnatic
Kera,
Onyx
Kera,
right
Kera.
on the
Wah,
edge,
mati.
and the fight starts again.
Bye-bye, Kera.
The fight
Boom.
starts again. Kara will be picked out immediately by Jiren, but at the same time, that Zaman Force
Boom.
was denied of the movement, but he'll be able to take down Brusco as well. Pushing into King
Kingkongnya
Kong.
sakit banget.
Jiren going in for the power for the fight off the side of King Kong, but doesn't manage to push through. But Super Prince brings back Takeout.
Anjing,
Overextension
Super
come
Prince.
through, but Susujin will be able to take down by King Kong. But now, Team RQ, they want more. They're going to try to push into Super Prince. Going in with the Hailstorm, doesn't connect the dot. Skyler
Mati,
trying to
mati.
push away, slowing his down with the movement.
Nice.
Hailstorm again, and managed to take down Super Prince immediately. And now leaving two more plays to go. King Kong right in the open. They're looking for a way.
Nice banget.
Tyrion try to slow him down. Goes
Region
in for the
Brawl,
slash, doesn't
bos.
manage to slow him down. And Team RQ Hoshi just try to do as much damage as they
Bisa
can.
enggak?
But they want to finish this off already. Kirk
Bisa,
comes
bisa,
in
bisa,
for
bisa.
in the fight. In between, he tried to survive it out, but Riz takes him down. And now one more play to go. Goes in for the team.
Region
And this is the end.
Brawl.
As RRQ Hoshi wins the series with 2-0.
Such a good example of taking advantage of opportunities
Region
right
Brawl,
in
ya.
front of you. While Fnatic Onyx was doing their best to hold their position, to
Region
steal
Brawl
away
nih,
some
bos.
resources, RQ was able to identify that, hey, they are actually split up looking for